Hi, welcome to BubbleGrape. This is Rachel, and today's video is something that I don't really publicize in my daily life on my social media, but it's something that I have been asked about a lot. So today's video is on how to become your own personal waxer. And I didn't actually start doing this till I was about 17, but I'm going to give you guys the steps on how to get to the level of being able to do it on your own. So the first thing you guys need to do is just make an appointment at a salon. So the first thing I did was I was like, okay, I'm just going to go and get it done, from a professional so I can have the experience. So I started getting like my eyebrows done, which I think hurts a lot, but or you can go in and get like a bikini wax or something like that just to get the experience of being waxed. So that's the first step, is just go make an appointment and have the experience of being waxed, whether it's on your eyebrows, your armpits, bikini, legs, wherever. And then the second step is during your appointment is to ask questions. When I was in the salon, I would ask the esthetician what products they were using, why they were doing it a certain way. And I personally went to a salon academy, so it was a lot cheaper to go get waxed there. And the girls are still kind of learning, so the teachers are usually in the room with you and they're giving them instructions. So I was able to listen and get the tips and tricks from the instructors while the lady who was waxing would get them as well. So just keep asking questions. And it's also good to know like what wax works with your skin. So I was asked what kind of wax, what brand, what specific type of wax it was on the brand, because like some of them have like aloe wax and like cherry wax. So I would just ask them what would be the best, like what kind they're using, so I would know how my skin would react to the different kinds of waxes. So once you kind of get used to getting waxed by a professional, I did it like I think 3 times, then you have to try starting to wax on your own, which I would use the Veet wax strips. So I didn't invest in like a whole waxing kit at first. I would just get the pre-wax strips that you like rub in between your hands. A tip on those is I used a blow dryer to warm those up, because usually with your hands it kind of takes a long time and it doesn't get as warm as you might want it. And I would use scissors to cut them into the tiniest little squares to practice waxing, so that I could just like put it on and then like rip it off. I would do it on my eyebrows too. I'd like cut tiny little like strips and then put it on and then rip it off just to practice waxing, because it's like intimidating trying to like rip it off. You just sit there for a while and you're like, I don't want to rip it. So it just takes time to practice and figuring out the best technique for you and which way your hair grows. So that's also another thing you have to learn while you're learning to wax. So then the next step, after you've kind of done the baby steps with using the little Veet wax strips, you can advance into getting your own waxing kit. So for me, I use Gigi wax a lot, the heaters. I've had one for 3 or 4 years now and it still works perfectly fine, and it was I think $20. And then I just recently invested in a bigger one that has 2 pot holders in it, because I like to use soft wax and hard wax. And so like soft wax is when they use a strip on top of the wax and rip it off. Hard wax is you just put the wax on, you let it dry, and you can rip it off like that. And so that's why it's so important to ask what wax people are using when you're in the salon, because they might use either soft wax or hard wax. It just depends on who's waxing you. So for me, there's a few kind of waxes that don't irritate my skin. One is the Satin Smooth Cherry Hard Wax, which I use on like my armpits, everything, like it's great. Or you can use the Zinc Oxide, which is like for super sensitive skin, but you have to use the epilation strips for those. So that's the one where you put it on. You put the strip on and then you rip it off. So, and in the article, on BubbleGrape.com, there will be all the links to all the different materials I use, and if you have any questions on those, you can put those below. And then the last step is just like go for it, but make sure you like have plenty of time, because like you can do little small sections, but like it's going to take you longer than you think at first. But once you get more used to it, like it doesn't take long at all. It takes me like 3 minutes to wax my armpits now. Or even like your eyebrows. My roommate waxes her own eyebrows and uses like my wax pots and stuff like that. So basically just like you'll get used to it, and you just have to keep practicing. And then that's all there really is to it. It's just a little bit of a process to get started and get into it. But once you have, then a lot of people that I've known who have tried it have learned to love it. So yeah, so if you have any questions or any of your own tips and tricks, let me know below. And also you can find the article on BubbleGrape.com. Alright, thanks for watching.
Bye.
bye.